We get out there and we fight as hard as we fucking can. Yeah? This is what we train for, 6 months. All the sacrifice, all the dedication. We get out there as a club, we fucking do ourselves proud. Not for anyone else, but for the guy next to you. The guy who fucking sweats and bleeds with you. That's it. Come on, 1, 2. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Big say all together. 1, 2, 3. Armour!
So the conditioning side is going to be out of it, so it means that you guys are going to have to push harder to be at that level. And again, what Milton said today, like the stuff that we're going to do today is going to be really hard, but it's not going to get you fit. The main reason why I've done this, it's more about character building, seeing the true characters when you guys are under pressure, when you guys are under stress. Also, team building, team bonding as well. I've spoken to a few people that have said, oh, you guys are going away to the camp, and I said, yeah, we're going away to the camp, and we're going to try to do it annually, because I think one of the things from last year was, you know, we set those goals and those precedents. We want to do this, we want to do that, we want to do this. And we also had a laugh. We also did this stuff here that we mentioned and we spoke about during the whole year. Do you remember when we did that? Remember when we did this? And I think that made us closer as a group. Spending 2 nights away, 3 days with the team, we got to know a few of the boys a little bit better, but also bond a little bit. You know, little nicknames to people, just laughing about something that happened, and I think that was a big success, or a big part in our success last year. That's just the way I see it. So I'm happy that you boys have actually come out and given your time for this. Really shows the commitment and dedication to the club, and also to what you guys want to aspire with. So,
it's been a bit different. Obviously last year we had a different setup. We had Ziquinho involved as well, which was obviously a major benefit, having both Ziquinho and Milton. This year's been, like I said, a little bit different. We've probably been a little bit disjointed by the fact that we've lost a few senior players, but that's given opportunity to younger boys to come through. Look, we've prepared as best as we can.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
I see this weekend gives us as a group, and that is to come together as a team with a bit of common purpose over the next 6 months. Okay, that's the major focus. Last year we sat down and set ourselves a number of short-term goals and long-term goals for the year, and that was the purpose of that chat last year, where we said, let's win FLE, not only because of preparing for the AFC, but we guaranteed ourselves another AFC. Okay, and make no mistake, the Vietnam tournament is the highlight of the year. You know, the top 12 teams in Asia are there. a great opportunity as a club. You know, this is our third one. It's a lot different when you sit in the stands and watch these teams, because you sit there and go like, well, how are we going to play against these guys? But if last year didn't prove to you that when you're on the court, things look different. It's not like looking up at the stands and seeing someone sprint up and down or beat someone. It's when you're playing that shit doesn't go through your head. You just play. And for that, I was really happy. In that a few people did step up and say, I'm going to play. It's one-on-one, I'm going to play. I'm going to sprint with this guy, I'm going to mark this guy. And part of it was because we took our game.
Yes, Conrad. Go, Doug. Yeah. Jordy.
Cover goal.
Yes. Come in. Go, boy, go. Play on. Go, Conrad. Yeah. Hey. Man.
1-0. 1-0.
It's on. Shit. Side ball.
2, 1, go!
Did Mickey just pick? Right, now they're watching Mickey hang under the radar, bro. Now you can't do it. Oh! Corner. Nah, don't touch.
Do your trick. Ball moving.
Oh my God!
Can't be from here. They cannot make it from here.
With the kids that are going to what I'm going to do tonight is a couple of things. I wasn't actually going to run a conditioning test in terms of like a fitness test.
Feeling really excited about the tournament. One, because I'm obviously going to be a part of it in a different aspect. You know, I've been around the club for so long, been around the players for a very long time. Always had that leadership role as a captain, but now stepping back a little bit and actually being a coach excites me a little bit. But I'm also anxious because I obviously want to be on the court. I want to be playing. I want to be a part of it all. But I need to understand that due to the injury, I'm going to have to take a step back and see if I can help the boys out as much as possible.
Okay, 12 on the right. Dead straight.
there definitely is more pressure on us internally because the expectations have gone up each time we've come to AFC. As far as what the expectations are outside of the club, it's not really something that we as a group really talk about or really focus on. At the end of the day, we only really focus on what we're sort of thinking about as a team and what we expect of each other. So, we've been a little bit unfortunate in that we haven't had a national league to play in. Last year we had 6 or 7 games in the National League, a couple of them against obviously the biggest Sydney teams as well, which was a really strong hit out for us before we came over here. We haven't had that benefit this year, but at the end of the day, it's just meant that as a playing group, when we sort of play and train amongst ourselves, we've had to raise the intensity and raise the level even more.
Yes. Who next? Is that actually get ready? Alright.
You're already done, you're okay.
It's a bit mixed this time around because we've got a lot of boys that haven't played in AFC in our group now, so a lot of the players probably didn't know what to expect leading up to the tournament and being in the tournament. And obviously the ones that were there in the previous years, they kind of already knew what how it was going to be and what to expect.
Firstly, just welcoming people that I can see that have not been here at this level before. Benny, Scott, Joshy, Cozzy, who else is down there? Xavi, a little bit of a clap and congratulations. I do not want, in the next 2 days, you guys getting together to run sessions on how to run through brick walls. Come on, and this is what we're going to just take it easy. Just focus, yeah? Worry about motivation and what we need to do as a group on game day 1. We will reinforce a lot of the information around tactics and strategy about how we want to play, okay, on the court. And we have been doing so the last few weeks. It's just little things, changing some set pieces, things we haven't been doing okay. We need to be strategic about our approach to every single game, and our ultimate goal or our ultimate objective is to make it the knockout rounds. and be the first team ever out of Australia to do so. Okay, and that's where we are.
We're gonna go for a walk, come back, go to lunch, and then between lunch and leaving for training, we're gonna come and see everyone. Everyone's gonna come see us individually. We'll talk to you on WhatsApp. We'll just see how you're going, work on anything that needs to be worked on. And then after training, we're gonna go straight to the pool, and then dinner.
No way. Yeah, that's for real. People want concert, man.
It feels good to be back. I had a year off with work and all that kind of stuff, but it feels really good to be back. The boys are the boys, and there'll always be a bit of banter, a bit of stuff going back and forth. Miss out on Thailand, it kind of gave me a bit of hunger to come back and be involved and to push Christos and to make that competitive environment. So, but yeah, it feels awesome to be back and to have a chance of coming over here and playing a part.
Yeah, it's a long list of injuries. You know, one thing led to another. First broken ankle, and then the ACL. Really, I was devastated after that, and thought, you know, it's probably not going to be playing at the same level and competing where I want to be with the team and everything. But slowly, I think I've got good support around me.
Christos, do you understand the length that we need to get? Can you see the length that we need to get? Do you understand it? Yeah? Where Caro is, all the way up to there where the ball is. That's the length you need to have. If you don't want them to press you, you don't want them to fucking hit the ball up, you have to play this space. And that means fucking hard work. There is nowhere to hide. 4 people on the court, you have to fucking work. Yes? Not get yourself into trouble, you don't think too much. Nice and simple. Touch, give, drive, someone else in, support the ball, come in close, someone going. I come in from there, someone's going. Get in behind. Next off. 30 seconds to move.
بابا همش هم زده روش ایران زده 2012 2015
We probably started maybe about in March of this year, our preparations for AFC. Our biggest hurdle or challenge was that our National League finished in October of last year, so there was a big break between competitive matches. No, I think it's a motivation. I think we love this sport so much that we would love to represent everybody's passion for it. Like everybody in this room, like all the teams here, we love futsal. We play futsal from young kids. We're involved in it. We sacrifice our time away from families, travel, commitments, and I don't think it's a burden at all. I think they'll do their best for the sport. Thank you very much.
Like a broad in the line, she took the lean in the family. Credit cards in the scams, hitting the licks in the bank. Legacies, family.
Talk up there.
If you want to be part of a group that's going to make a second stage of a major tournament of this nature, okay, people need to be better. Better with your preparation. And I'm not talking about physically only. I'm talking about everything. Everything. From the moment you get out on the court to when you go back to the hotel and everything. We will have a session around our game plan tomorrow. Tonight is an open session. There's press there. There'll probably be people from our group that are watching in the stands. You run a lot of variations. I don't want you running our set pieces. We keep possession on all the set pieces. Okay, no shooting off the set pieces, no corners. And everyone take it easy. It needs to be just a solid match play session without giving too much away to people that are watching. Does everybody understand that? Our strength has always been our unity, and we need to see that from not only the leadership group, but from the younger players in the side. You need to all encourage each other.
I think have prepared to the best of my abilities. As a team, I think we have a really good chance coming into our match against Al Dafra.
My physical preparation, it was all mental. And once I sorted my mindset out, my attitude out, once I started to realise that, you know, the only thing I can really control is how I act and how I respond to things, and that helps the team and helps me play, everything started to change.
I think I've just got a bit of courage from the players around me, you know, formed a bit of friendships with everyone, so got some trust on the court, they trust me, so I think they're trusting in me is showing that they know I can do it, so I can sort of think like, if they believe in me, then I can believe in myself and I can go out there and play as best as I can.
I think I approached every training session with a different mentality. I wasn't so hesitant to try new things. Kind of all a blur. I missed out on a good opportunity in Thailand. I remember watching the games and just like thinking to myself that next year when I got no school on, it's a goal of mine to be here this year.
I feel quite excited and privileged to play at the biggest club competition in Asia. And yeah, it's finally good to be able to participate in the tournament, having trained a lot prior to this. So yeah, it's exciting, and I just hope that I can play well and contribute to the team.
Hey! Lock it up.
Simple things are always the best things. This is not a complicated thing. Our biggest challenge is that we've got to work harder defensively because none of these teams are going to be unbelievable, but they're all going to be consistent, they're all going to be fast, they're all going to make runs in and behind, and they're all going to shoot. If we're lazy defending and we don't protect the goalkeeper and we don't follow the runs, we're going to cop soft goals, and that's not what we want. Very good. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Let's do the right thing in recovery.
Listen. Tomorrow it fucking begins. All this preparation, everything we've spoken about. Yeah. Let's do a proper one.
1, 2, 3, Vets!
Let's go. Warm it down.
Routine that you usually do, try to stick to it, but obviously the foods are different here. Stay the same, obviously it'll be fantastic, but just think about it. Have something light, make sure that you feel comfortable. Just don't overdo it.
Start or at the finish, but over the whole course of it. Okay? Don't expect things to come easy. Don't expect them to sit down and die. They are desperate to win, just like you are desperate to win. The team that's going to make the less errors, is going to be more committed to the cause, is the team that's going to be rewarded with the points. Okay? You cannot come off the court wondering what else you could have done. You need to do it on the court. There's not much more I can say. We spoke this morning, we've been speaking for the last 6 months, 5 months, 3 weeks at least. Okay? This is it. People back home are watching you, families watching you, friends are watching you, people that want you to fail. You need to play above yourselves. At this level here, everyone needs to play above themselves. Whatever you're used to, it's that bit faster, that bit more precise, that bit more committed. You understand? Let's all get in. Come on.
Let's go, come on. Hey, we get out there and we fight as hard as we fucking can, yeah? This is what we train for, 6 months, all the sacrifice, all the dedication. We get out there as a club, we fucking do ourselves proud. Not for anyone else, but for the guy next to you. The guy who fucking sweats and bleeds with you. That's it. Come on, 1, 2.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3, Vic, say it all together. 1, 2, 3, hey!
Goal for Vic Vipers by player number 9, Shane Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, the half score is Andra 2, Vic Vipers 1. Vipers 1.
In the first game, but how do you feel your players equipped themselves with the task today?
And the first half was really good and evenly matched. There was opportunities both ways. Probably a lot of fatigue in the last 10 minutes of the match. Probably caught up with our players and conceded a couple of goals in one-on-one situations, shots from outside, which was disappointing. And then we started chasing the game a little bit and pressing. We were mindful of, you know, do we roll the dice and go with an extra man or power play scenario? But then if the goals had not come and the score blew out even more, we learnt a little bit of a lesson last year where we missed out on goal difference. This year there's a benefit of having 3 matches in our pool, so we just need to go back and try and get a result in our last 2 remaining matches.
And in the next match, obviously, you play the host team. It's going to be a massively different challenge. How do you see it going?
Yeah, it'll be a different game altogether. UAE relied on a couple of international players playing out from the back and controlling a lot of game. I know Tassanam has a similar player playing in that pivot role that they rely heavily on, but they're a more mobile team and they play a different style to the type of game that we played tonight between UAE and ourselves. So, look, I mean, we just have to go back and we have to regroup and prepare as best as we can for our next game. But definitely a different challenge.
Go out and be better in the next game. It's that simple. Mistakes we made today, we don't make. We improve on the things we did well, and we get ourselves through. It's not won or lost today. One game doesn't get us there, doesn't put us out of it. Come on, Vic's on 3, hit together. 1, 2, 3, Vic!
See the elbow? Yeah, the ref didn't pick that up at all.
Pushing up.
Beautiful
landing.
When I played yesterday, I think all changed. A little bit nervous at the beginning, but I'm really proud with the team because we stay in the game maybe 15 minutes against a really good team. We had many changes in the first and second half, but maybe next game we have to improve our level.
We've just got to be very vigilant defensively. We know they keep the ball a lot. We know they've got a couple of very good international players that we have to be aware of. It's a difficult match and all our players need to play at their best. Do not have any idea how hard it is to get to these things. We are the only fucking club ever out of the country that we live in that has been here. Not once, not twice, but fucking 3 times. And we do not know whether we're ever going to come back again. So you need to be ready. You need to work for each other. You need to support each other. If mistakes are made, you get over it, you get on with the job. It is a 40-minute match. It's not over in a hurry. You all need to put in and you all need to support each other. Are we ready?
Yes. Are we ready? Come on, hey. Go. Come on, boys. Hey, big shot 3. 1, 2, 3, bang! Come on, hey. Do it, huh? Game's got 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go from Presidential Vic Vipers and futsal. All for Vic Vipers, by player number 11, Jason Barrientos. All for Vic Vipers, by player number 13, Jorge.
Oh, thanks, Gary.
Just one. Hooked onto your thing.
I'll take the gap.
Being courtside is completely different to watching at home or even in the stands. Like, I've watched so many of the AFC matches on YouTube, but it was completely different. The intensity, the speed of the game is just unreal. And watching players like Hemney, who are in best in the world, play, has really opened up my eyes to
I just feel that every time I've gone, I just can always push myself to be better and help the younger players that have come on board and give them a bit of an insight of how it's been. And get the opportunity to come on to always be better and with the team giving them plenty of confidence, giving them a lot of positive reassurance when they need it.
pressure is more so put on myself, because I know I should be performing at a high level every tournament, and as a player I always want to improve. So there's not as much pressure coming from coaching staff or other players, it's just pressure I put on myself to become better.
There's not much left to say. There's not much else we need to do. This is our last game. It could be our last game for a long time. All right, together, regardless of what happens, regardless of the scores, regardless of what happens, all we have together on that court is each other. So we have to fucking bust our asses off for one another. Because at the end of the day, this is our family, no one else. All right, this is who we work hard for. Everyone in this room, everyone in this locker today, this is what we work for. Everyone here together as a unit.
Everything we got, we give it out there, we walk off heads held high, we get the fucking result. Come on, Vic's on 3.
As a unit, lads, as a unit, together.
1, 2, 3, Vic!
halftime score is Vic Vipers 0, FC Arab 1.
Just go to slot job, you have to go and get it. Yeah? Have to go and get it. Look, really good half. They got 3 a lot in that last, just before I called the timeout. We were lost for about 30 seconds. I mean, we were a little bit lost. Yeah? You can tell they're fatiguing as well. We need to be stronger. We need to work really more.
We said at half time, we said before the game, no goals at half time. We copped one, that's fine, we can live with that. Johnny, our goal now is to get that goal back. To get that goal back, right? That's not goal now. Let's get that goal back.
It's not half done, eh? Come on.
Listen, there's 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes for the rest of this game. 20 minutes for the rest of our fucking AFC. Let's fucking put in, give everything we've got. Everything we've got. I'm prepared to die on the court today for you guys. I don't give a fuck. Everyone's gonna be the same.
Nothing changes.
We wanted a game where we're gonna fucking show that we're right, we're all in it. We are fucking in it and we should be ahead. So let's go and let's take these fucking 3 points.
For each other.
Come on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, next.
Whoever's there. I need
Ladies and gentlemen, the final score is Vic Vipers 0, FC Arab 1.
Difficult circumstances to play under. How happy are you with how the boys equipped themselves today?
Look, I'm a lot happier because the game was a lot more competitive and we saw it out. We set a small agenda, not to concede goals or do silly mistakes. I think, for a young team, they worked really hard. A decision didn't go our way just before half time. Counter-attack went the other way. That was a major difference. But in saying that, Aram had a few chances they missed as well. We missed a few early on, which probably put us on the back foot. But I'm not disappointed. Disappointed we didn't take any points away from the tournament, but I'm not disappointed about the performance. first game and the last game, those are the tiny differences at this level. Small differences, yeah? And if we become better, little bits by little bits, we'll be there as well. So well done, okay? Make sure you do everything right, make sure you don't get sick. Take it easy. Go around, shake each other's hands. Well done, guys. Well done.
We obviously wanted to make the final stages. We just didn't carry out all the game plans well enough to do that, and we were really disappointed with the results, but hopefully it's been 3 AFCs now, so there's no more learning curve, but hopefully the next AFC that we will potentially qualify for will be better prepared, and we'll know exactly how to tackle each game from the very beginning.
Probably Ben and Ryan.
Ryan Timmins.
Ryan Timmins, for sure. Yeah. I've got nothing to add to that.
Jordan and Ryan.
It's Ben Monteleone.
Ben Monteleone.
Timmins or myself.
Shay and Jason for me.
Cheyenne.
Would have to be Cheyenne.
Ben.
Jordan? Xavi. Xavi, I reckon. Just because I have no idea what he's saying the whole time. Jordan and myself.
It's probably a tie between the Spaniards, Miguel and Xavi. They live together, they sit together on the bus, they are everywhere together. Outside of them, it's Adam and Jordan.
Jordan and Adam. They like to hug.
Obviously, it's Adam and Jordan.
Cooper and Geordie. Yeah.
Definitely Adam, Cooper and Jordan.
Adam and Jordan. I actually worry about those two.
Probably Adam and Geordie.
Oh, definitely Cooper and Geordie.
Adam and Jordan. Hands down. They can't get enough of each other. Life partners.
Adam and Jordan. By far.
Adam or Geordie or me and Scott.
Adam and Christos.
Who has the biggest bromance in the team?
There's a few of them.
Probably has to be Geordie and a Benny. You know, we don't know. It's discreet what's happening over there. It's like, you know, they always come out. Sometimes I see Benny, you know, a bit limping coming out of the room.
Me and Adam. It's me and Adam. Yeah, 100%. Life partners.
Worst tasting music, it's easily Ryan and Adam. They just literally listen to this music that just screams at you and just makes you want to die.
Adam Cooper, worst tasting music. Heavy metal is disgusting.
Adam and Ryan might not be the worst music, but in my opinion, I don't really like it. So
the worst taste would have to be Josh.
Conrad? Some of the stuff he listens to is whack, but he's a strange man, Conrad.
Ben Monteleone, he has like 3 songs in a playlist and he plays them on repeat constantly. So Ben, please, more music, please.
I have to say Adam. I don't understand. It's just like people screaming and demonic music.
Ryan and Cooper together.
because it's music. It's like relaxing or playing the piano, something like that.
What do you listen to?
I don't even know what it is. It's like UK rap.
Rap, UK rap.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's a little jazzy as well, a bit of jazz.
Playing the piano, something like that.
Has to be Ryan Timmins and Adam Cooper's Death, Hell, whatever the hell they called it, music.
Definitely Cooper and Ryan, you know, they listen to something that I don't call music.
Ryan, like, I don't know, that's not my taste, and that music's just like, you know, just being in hell for me, so I don't know.
Timmins and Adam Cooper, possibly because they were born deaf. Adam has definitely got the worst taste in music. 100% has the worst taste in music.
Ryan and I have the best taste in music, like, without a doubt.
Kui or Johnny's music, which they play, so I mean those are the only two that I've really been hearing, and if Adam's is probably the worst, then I'd say theirs is probably the best.
Kui, I just like his music, it's pretty chill.
I'm gonna say Ryan Timmins because it makes everybody laugh when he chucks on the screamo stuff.
Probably Kui. He's got the old school flavour that I love too.
Kui and JB, similar R&B, hip hop.
Be Shay, Jason, you know, Jonathan.
For me, Jason, because me and Jason have similar taste in music, so I'd have to say Jason.
Jason and Jonathan Barrientos, like, these are Colombian people and I like the Latin music.
Be Kui.
Well, I think I got the best taste.
Playing the piano, something like that.
Kui, Conrad, Jason, you know, like that old school R&B, so I'll go with them three.
Is there any other Coldplay fans in the team?
No one likes Coldplay.
No, well then I've got the best. Obviously.
Kui with the R&B, or Kui, Johnny with the R&B music, the old school.
Best, I don't know, Johnny. Johnny's stuffs are good. Kui's actually like Kui's, being a Kui's roommate. It's unreal, actually. Bit of old school, bit of new school.
Well, the shoes that I saw Cozzy wanted to buy, I'd probably say he has the worst fashion sense.
Javi, because he always wears camouflage.
Ben, the way he wears a suit, it's just not on. You can't wear short white socks in a suit.
Worst fashion sense, Ben Monteleone. He wears ankle socks with black slacks and black shoes. It's just ridiculous.
Ben, he rocked up to one of our games and wearing some very questionable pants and white socks with those pants, and it was interesting to say the least.
It's a tie between Rimo and Jordan. Jordan, very eccentric, very strange, and Ryan, I don't think he gives too much thought into what he wears, so they can fight off for that spot.
Josh Allen, the youngster, 16-year-old, he buys all of his stuff at second-hand stores, which is fine, but it doesn't seem like he chooses them on aesthetic appeal.
Jordan, because he brings out some, you know, colourful stuff sometimes.
Ben, he wears his white socks, white ankle socks with a suit.
I don't know. Jordan? Yes.
Worst by far is Javi. I don't know where he gets those shoes from, or those pants. I don't know why they've got so many zips on them, but good on him.
Definitely Xavi. I think his fashion sense is terrible.
The worst is definitely Ben.
Javi, because it probably gets changed in the dark.
Shay, he's always got, you know, stuff on point with fashion, I'll say.
Probably Christos. He's always presentable. Dresses very clean.
Maybe Shay. He's always looking fresh.
I like how Adam dresses because he dresses similar to me. So
it's got to be Shayan.
Scott. Adam dresses fairly sleek.
Johnny, because he's already prepared for the nightlife.
Shayan and Christos always seem to have like the designer stuff, I'm not sure if it's the best, but it's definitely the most expensive.
Don't mind what Cheyenne wears.
Christos for sure. I've seen his suits, so yeah, he once helped me out.
A tie between myself and Miggy and you.
Cheyenne takes a lot of pride in what he wears and how he wears it.
I think Miggy dressed up pretty well. He cleans up quite well.
All the people in the team dress really well. Maybe I seem like me.
Adam Cooper, hands down, the most time on his phone. You land in another country, you haven't even got your bags yet, he's already got a SIM card and he's on his phone.
Christos for work-related reasons.
Adam Cooper loves his phone.
I'm going to have to go with Adam Cooper. He's got so many girls and guys that he's texting.
Ben and Scott at the moment.
Scott, I think he likes his Snapchat.
Easily Adam Cooper.
Definitely Adam spends the most time on his phone.
Oh, that's Adam Cooper. Adam Cooper can't live without his phone.
It's a tight one here. I reckon either Adam, Jordan, or JB.
Adam. Probably Adam. He's leaving on it right now.
I think Adam is always.
I think Cooper has never parted ways with his phone, no matter where we go, and it's basically you need to find out any information, he's on it. He's unlocked his phone, he's on it, he knows everything and anything, to the point where he's even changing TV channels with his phone.
This is a recurring theme, but Ben Montaglioni is the best and the worst roommate at the same time. I love the guy more than anything. I've travelled the world with him. I'm so happy that I'm with him in his room, and I also hate him, and I don't want to see him again.
Jordan's actually a very good roommate. He's very organised, but he's also the worst roommate as well, because when things aren't going so well, he lets you know about it. So I'd give him both awards, to be honest. He's the best and worst roommate.
Well, best roommate, I'd say Jason for now. Worst roommate would be Cooper, because he dies after the tournament.
Gozzy, so he could be probably the best and the worst.
The best roommate has been Kui. I think since day one I've roomed with him. 90% of my tours, my first tour in Hobart with Kui and Cornbread. Worst roommate, I would have to say for those who know, Mirza.
Scott, or yeah, I'd just say Scott. Adam and Christos, because they put up with my snoring.
Best roommate? For me it has to be Johnny. I've roomed with him multiple times. It's just, I don't know, I'm just accustomed to it. If I was to pick someone, it'd probably be Steve.
Best would have to be Christos, although he talks in his sleep, which isn't a surprise. Worst roommate would have to be any of the other younger boys, because their rooms are a pigsty, and I can't deal with that. I've got OCD, so everything has to be clean and tidy.
Best roommate, Kui, by far. Kieran, maybe? I love Kieran. Like, I get on him really well, but he had some unique habits, and I just want him to sleep.
Been Cheyenne. We're very similar, so definitely Shay. It's Cosimo Russo. He snored like a freight train. I don't understand how an 18-year-old kid who weighs 35 kilos can snore like a 55-year-old old man. It's ridiculous. I had to put my headphones on and I could not go to sleep. And never again.
Some stuff might go missing if you're with Jason, but you'll usually get it back. Josh has been pretty good to me. Doesn't say a word. Really nice kid.
One's Jason and one's Steve. And they are both the worst and the best person to room with. Both being the same person, of course.